Do you want to say the names again? Because I'm going to mess them up if I say it. I mean, I can attempt to.
Bruce Whitkin.
Hi.
Robert DeLeo.
C.
I'm Matt Sorum.
Yes.
I'm Johnny.
Johnny.
I'm Johnny.
And
I find it difficult to say that.
And we're missing a couple other members. Joe Perry, Alice Cooper, and then Tommy Hendrickson, who's going to join us. We start touring on Friday in Pennsylvania.
Do you really have sax people, or was you messing about?
We were thinking about getting a horn section,
but no one wanted to play with
us. Because
did you try it before?
No, but our set is dedicated to mostly people that are gone now. We're celebrating, our fallen comrades in rock and roll, and we thought, well, maybe we should do an Earth, Wind, and Fire song, but then we kind of nixed that.
That's expensive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
ask Brian Setzer, he'll tell you.
I have a Maurice White outfit, but I have so much respect for him that I dare not put it on. I mean, in my home I can.
Yeah.
Jonesy,
come over sometime.
Jonesy's got a Maurice White outfit too. Have you seen? I was just showing Johnny your Instagram, Jonesy.
Yeah,
that's the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
You're making a lot of outfits and clobber, right?
I love it. I love putting gear on. That's why your gig is so great. All them different outfits. It's fun.
You get to hide.
It's great. It's great. I love get new outfits, new wigs. I get excited when I get a new wig. And to try it out, But you know what's funny?
Only I can relate to that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love.
I mean, mine's so small time. I get the wig, I put it on. I'm on Instagram. It's done in like a minute, and it's all by myself. It's not like a big production where But I love it.
Beautiful.
I love putting clobber on. But the best part about it is now I forgot what I was going to say.
We were talking about
Instagram,
and your.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. I'll go through all that effort to put on like some Second World War outfit and makeup and everything, lighting, because I got all the lights and everything. The backdrop.
Do you have lighting people, or you do all that yourself?
That's why I like doing it myself. I want to do it myself because I know how to do it how I want it. When you got peons in there, they always mess it up.
Right. Yeah. So that's all.
Wipers.
That's all your own production.
Johnny's like, I'm not sure. I don't know what you're talking about. Johnny, we remember we were talking about Black Mass when you did the makeup for that. How long did that take when you did the look?
To put the prosthetics on.
Yeah.
It was about 3 hours.
Oh.
About 3 hours every morning. Yeah.
Do you take 3 hours putting your gear on?
No way, no. No, I'm makeup and mask maybe half an hour. But it's nothing insanely like that.
Like Scissorhands, when you did Scissorhands, that took what?
3 hours.
Yeah.
No, maybe 4 actually, because there was a lot of. They had to turn my hair into a tree.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I was in leather from my neck down, and then.
Are you in competition with? Are you in competition with him for?
No, I admire his characters. I admire his characters far more than mine.
But when you're doing all them characters, you're thinking of the end result, even though it's like a pain in the ass to put all that stuff on. You're that kind of actor where you want it. Then it's going to be, it's done and it's history. It's like part of your thing, and it's.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing a real life, a guy who actually existed or exists, that the responsibilities. Get a little heavier. Like when I was playing James Bulger there for Black Mass, there was no way I could do it unless I knew I could look like the guy, really feel like the guy.
Yeah.
So. But it's the fun for me is the process of doing it, creating, being in the trenches. The drag is all the hoopla that happens after, like when a film opens.
Is that your least favorite part?
That's the part I hate. Yeah,
doing press and.
Yeah, because I don't watch the movies. So for me, all I have is the experience. So when you just show up at one of those things that you gotta, sort of, pedal your ass, for a film. I don't know what the film is. I don't know what the product.
So you've never. Have you watched your movies though by yourself?
No. Sorry. Yeah.
Really, you haven't seen any.
I've seen only a couple that I've had to see, like for just to check for the cut or whatever, to make sure that the cut was cool. But only twice in
wow.
I don't know how many films. Yeah.
Wow. What about 21 Jump Street? Did you used to watch them?
I watched 2 episodes early on and realized that was a bad move.
Is it because you just don't like looking at yourself?
Pretty much.
It's not your acting. Because obviously...
You can second guess. I mean, then you start to second guess yourself
Right.
as far as the choices you made as an actor. But mainly, I just don't want to watch myself. I don't want to feel self-conscious. I don't want to think about that stuff.
You know what, Johnny? You've made some great movies, man.
Thanks, man.
Oh, by the way.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
You've made some great music.
It's interesting. A lot of actors are like that. They don't want to see themselves. It was the big English bloke. He used to throw up before he did a play. Laurence Olivier.
Did he really?
And who's a fantastic actor. When you watch these people, if you're just Joe Bloggs watching a movie, I mean, he's amazing. But he was, again, terrified, didn't feel worthy of it. I guess that's part of the true actor gig, is there's that kind of dark place. You think like, you don't think you're worth it.
No,
But
you don't.
but you do the best. You're the best. They're the best kind to me.
I think that what happens is like people start to buy their own press.
Right.
That becomes a problem, when they start to buy that, oh yeah, they love this movie, they love this. Oh, they're seeing my. People buy their own press is the worst thing you could do. I think I think the idea of being satisfied or content with what you've done, the work you've done, is a mistake, because there's always something else you could do. There's always more you could do. There's always a different avenue, So
Do you still like acting?
I like the process of it, yeah. It's just the sort of product part I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a product in that way.
So doing the Hollywood Vampires, obviously, it must throw a spanner in the works when you go to gigs, because there's people coming who couldn't care less about rock and roll, but they're coming because you're the big star on the silver screen. Does that bother you? You just get on with it.
Well, it's there's that one the one thing that I've always thought, and I mean all you guys will understand, is just the idea of being the novelty. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, the reverse is
Yeah.
if I do some acting, people don't take you seriously.
Like you, they would. They would take you
Well,
seriously.
I've done a few things, but there's still from agents and all that. They're like, oh, he's just, he's the rock and roller.
Right.
It's the same thing, right? Reverse.
But it's interesting because the kids that show up at the gigs have been like so responsive to the material. I mean, you're playing some old, a song by Love, 7 and 7 is, to like 15, 16, 17-year-olds, and seeing their faces kind of get hit with this force of and watching out, I mean, so it's not, it maybe initially there's that kind of thing, but it really spreads out when Joe Perry kicks into some really unusual solo, or Alice goes out there and screams. So for me, it's like I remember when I was being in a band with Bruce all those years. Then to make dough, I got like a couple of movies or whatever, and
well, that's what a lot of people don't know. That you actually started out being a musician first.
Yeah. Since I was little, since I was like 12, I played and played in bands. I started playing clubs when I was like 13, in Miami.
How did you stumble on the acting thing then? After you two came out here,
Just accident. I needed to pay rent. And somebody said, well, why don't you go meet an agent? My agent, it was Nick Cage, and he said, go meet my agent. And she sent me to audition for something, and I got it. So it seemed like a good way to pay the rent for a minute. But then the band broke up, and I was sort of stuck on my own. But that's the interesting thing is like when you're in a band, there's this great safety net.
Because you're not by yourself. There's a few of you. Yeah.
But suddenly when it's you and everyone's just staring at you, you feel like a real...
Yeah, I know.
You
know, I always
feel like a beep.
I always say that when people ask me about Johnny, you know, what's he like? Can he play? You know, I go, and I tell him the backstory.
Yeah.
And originally when he came, and him and Bruce and the band, and you know, his first love, and then you know, the passion that he puts into the music, and I always describe Johnny as a true artist. He's sitting next to me, so he's touching my knee right now, but that's okay. No, no, but I mean, he's a true artist, and I'm not just saying that because he's sitting here. I mean, I feel that from him, and when I go to his house and I look up on the wall and I see like this beautiful painting, and I go, "Who did that?" He goes, "Well, I painted that." He's like that guy. He's just, you know, he's got that artist sensibility about him that it's deep. And I feel it when he wrote the song "Bad as I Am," and he played the song. We had the original demo, right?
Right. Yeah.
And initially, that song, the lyrics, the music, and everything, Bruce and Tommy and Johnny wrote it. And I said, "Who wrote the lyrics?" And Johnny's like, "I wrote the lyrics," and they were really cool. And then initially we were going to record that song. And I remember I called Lemmy. We were going to have have Lemmy come up and sing it because Alice was out on the road, and we weren't sure if we wanted to do a different version of the song. And then Iggy's name came up, so we called Iggy. He ended up coming up and singing on something else. So when we got asked to do the Grammys, initially, you know, we were going to go on there and play "Bad as I Am," and then Lemmy passed. And it was almost like there was some sort of symbiotic thing happening where we were like, well, this is a tribute to Lemmy. Right. And then we ended the set with Ace of Spades, a little piece of Ace of Spades. But the backstory of that song is kind of cool, that he was involved in it. We're possibly going to sing on it. And it seems apropos to lyrically and it meant sense to pay homage to him.
Sure.
Yeah.